Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I got Nikki Staufer here on the phone. She's with Sitters, Etc. And Sitters, Etc. and Nikki, they're contributors here on The Price of Business, always bringing great interviews, great insight into what's happening, particularly in the franchise arena. Love the work they do, but with Nikki being relatively new with Sitters, Etc., we wanted to spend some time just with her to get to know her, but look forward to those interviews with future guests. How are you, Nikki? Glad to have you on.
Great. I am great, Kevin. Thank you for having me here.
You bet. Tell us your story. Tell us about yourself.
Well, everyone has a story, right?
Yeah, well, most of us are trying to get distance with it, but yeah, all of us have a story.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I joined Sitters, Etc. in February of this year as a Chief Operations Officer, and it was a new position, and quite frankly, it just speaks to the growth and the huge success that Sitters, Etc. has experienced over the past several years. And as the new COO, really, my focus is to simply grow the company. And prior to joining Sitters, Etc., they've built quite a brand. And my goal is just to ensure that the brand remains consistent in every aspect of the business, in every state in which we conduct business. And so you asked specifically about my background. Well, I've brought about a little over 20 years of sales and marketing experience to Sitters, Etc., and have enjoyed implementing an even more sophisticated sales approach and built a sales and marketing team that I believe will soon be considered the standard in the industry. And so in addition to my sales and marketing background, I, like many on our franchise team, have personal experience with franchises. I was a former franchise owner. So these experiences have provided me with a real comprehensive perspective to do my job here. So I'm real excited about the future.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And so, were you? How many years did you spend as a franchisee?
I owned a franchise for about 5 years, and it was a great experience. It was a long time ago. It was actually not in the healthcare arena, but a franchise is a franchise, right? A franchise is a proven system, and that's what you buy is a proven system, and that's indeed what I did. So I learned the process, and I've really taken a lot from that experience, and I'm able to implement a lot as a result of that.
Yeah. So how do you envision things happening for Sitters, Etc. in the months to come? Where are you at? Where do you want it to go?
Well, Bo Brothers, who's our founder, he founded us almost 13 years ago, and it was as a result of a personal experience, quite frankly, he had with another service of this kind. And since starting Sitters, Etc., the company has it's grown. It's grown to numerous offices across Tennessee and Arkansas, and it's become one of the largest non-medical home care staffing companies in the state. And we provided over 300,000 hours of care last year. So because of this, obviously, we feel like we know what we're doing, right? We want to share the good news. And we also know that about, roughly 10,000 people a day will turn 65 every day for the next 16 years. So the need is only going to increase. So you asked kind of what we're looking forward to. Well, here at Sitters, we've spent the last 13 years defining and refining the process that it takes to become a successful non-medical staffing company to care for these seniors. And we've made the mistakes, and we've certainly learned from them. And as a result, we have refined our qualifying process to the point that we know how to identify people who can be a success in this business. And so a little over a year ago, after perfecting our systems, the decision was made to franchise Sitters, Etc., and that's where we are today.
Wow! You guys have done a lot in a very short time frame.
We have.
Yeah,
we have.
It's fantastic. So, and I think you are in a growth industry, and it's an industry, in my opinion, that really demands higher standards, better practices.
Yes.
There's just a whole lot of almost the same mentality regarding having the teenager watch the little kid.
Right.
It's almost a little bit of that same mentality with someone as important as the person that people that brought us into the world and took care of us for so many years. We really need a higher standard.
Absolutely. You said that so well. Our motto is it's a culture of caring. And when we place a caregiver into a home, that is such a personal space. And so we really, one of the big differentiators with Sitters, et cetera, is our qualifying process for finding good quality caregivers. And that has really been something that has set us apart. And we take it very personally. We take it as if it's our own grandmother or our own great aunt or whatever the case may be every time we place somebody in a home like that. So absolutely. It's a very heavy decision.
Yeah, no question about it. So, and recently you've added actual nurses to your available staff. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes. Well, some people think that a staffing company is a staffing company is a staffing company, and there certainly are a lot of choices out there. But by partnering with Sitters, et cetera, you do get things that are a little different, and one of those being the skilled nursing piece that you just spoke of. Skilled nursing, as we know, the nursing crisis continues. It's not quite as publicized as it was, but there continues to be a shortage of good quality nurses for these hospitals. And they are reaching out, and they are needing help. And so we have entered that landscape of skilled nursing. And we recently entered into contract, a major contract, which is a national contract, to staff hospitals with this nursing service. And it's really added an extra element to our non-medical home care. We're not putting skilled nursing in home. These are just in the hospital setting, and it's just added another level of service that we're able to provide our consumers. So we're real excited about that.
Okay, so just for clarity's sake, you're actually adding additional nurses for those who are in residential settings.
Not in residential. In residential, we're saying strictly non-medical in the residential setting.
Got it.
We are going to go skilled nursing in the hospital.
In the hospitals. So kind of augment to kind of help they're already getting in the hospital to make sure they're getting more individual care.
Right.
Wow, how cool is that?
Right. It's much greatly needed. You would be surprised the needs that we get on a daily basis from hospitals in dire need of nurses that we're able to provide them on a per diem basis. Absolutely.
Man, that's fantastic. And what's cool about that is that since it's part of a hospital environment, they don't have to be there every day. They don't have to be there huge number of hours. It's just to augment certain things during certain times.
Absolutely. And it's a great opportunity there are so many nurses out there who are either retired or they're stay-at-home moms or whatever their circumstances are, they don't work full-time and they want to keep their skills sharp, or maybe they do work full-time already and they just want to pick up an extra shift here and there. That is the beauty of per diem staffing, and that is what we do. So it's a win-win for everyone.
It is, and we're so lucky to have you be able to talk to us about it. Nikki, I really appreciate your time. And Nikki Staufer, she's been our guest. We're going to be hearing a lot more of her in the months to come. She is with Sitters, et cetera, the Chief Operating Officer. And how many times have you been on the radio?
This is my first. This is my first time.
We don't believe it. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you. I look forward to share the good news on upcoming shows.
You bet. We look forward to hearing it. Nikki Staufer, you can learn more about her over at Sitters, SITTERS, etc., etc.com. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too. When we come back, much more for you. I am Kevin Price. This is The Price of Business.